as we go into week 4 of lockdown, I just wanted to share a brief insight with you, a model which might be helpful for you as you look to the future of structuring your organization. It's a model that comes from experience of emergency relief and response right around the world. So it's important to think of this phase that we're in as emergency response. And during that phase, what happens is that people are running hard to get basic supplies, basic needs. You really strip back to the lowest level of the Maslow hierarchy, which is how do we get food, how do we get water, how do we ensure that our health survives, how do we look after people so that we can get through this phase. And it's characterized by people running fast and hard and often by burnout, and lasts for weeks to several months. Then after that phase comes the recovery phase, and that phase can last 6 months to 12 months, depends on the nature of the crisis. And really important as we think about coronavirus to think, what are those 6 to 12 months going to look like as we come out of lockdown, as we come out of the emergency response phase? And our experience in disasters and responding to disasters around the world is that those 6 to 12 months are characterized by trauma, by grief, by a tsunami of anxiety and mental health issues, people lacking confidence to get back to normal, feeling that their world has been shaken up and down, and not really knowing what normal is. And so what we're saying to organizations is prepare for that, to churches, prepare for that, get ready for the fact that there's going to be an elongated period where you're going to need people who can come alongside those in your organization and support their well-being, to speak into their mental health and anxiety. It's going to be a time that's going to be characterized by memorial services, an outpouring of grief, all of the emotions that are pent up right now and maybe engaged in just the adrenaline that's running because we're trying to respond and pivot right now. All of that will come out, and we need to be ready for that. And then the third phase is one of reconstruction, and we expect that to happen during 2021 and on into 22 and 23. And in that reconstruction phase, we're facing up to the reality of more scarce resources in terms of finances, facing up to the reality of new sets of values, new ways of doing things. We're reimagining what the future will look like. And that reconstruction in this instance is going to be influenced by a number of factors. One is our health will be more important to us. Our relationships and our family will be more important to us. We'll have a greater level of concern for fairness and justice in our society. We'll have a greater level of concern for our key workers and for how they're looked after and cared for, and a greater appreciation for them. And also trust will be a scarce commodity as we start to rebuild society and rebuild our relationship. So important as we think about that phase, how's your organization going to respond through those different lenses? I hope you have a great week, and I hope that model of response, recovery, and then reconstruction is helpful to you as you think about your strategy as a business and organization going forward.